The news at 5:30 starts right now.
We now know the name of the teenager who died in a deadly shooting on the southwest side Thursday morning. The Bexar County Medical Examiner says he is 18-year-old Javier Skelton. First responders found him with several gunshot wounds just after 3 a.m. Thursday morning on Carranza Street near Quintana Road. There is still no word, though, on a suspect in that shooting. Bexar County deputies need your help finding a missing teenager. This on your screen is Jaden Nance. The 16-year-old was last seen Saturday morning on New World Drive near Crestway Road. That's on the northeast side. She was wearing a beige zip-up hoodie and blue jeans, and she does have conditions that require medical attention. So if you see her or know where she is, please call the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. That number is on your screen, also posted on our website at KSAT.com.
All right, let's take a look outside with live cam this Sunday afternoon. It has been a hot one. Temperatures have managed to climb into the upper 90s in the Alamo City. We started off this morning with a little bit of rain closer to Bexar County, but that all fizzled out. We saw plenty of sunshine return today, helping those temperatures climb. And while it's not going to be for everybody, generally through about 8 to 9 p.m., we're going to be watching for a few more isolated thunderstorms that could develop. Right now here in San Antonio, not a whole lot going on, just a little downpour on the far southern tip of Bexar County, right along I-37. But you see this green line that's working in from the northeast? That's an outflow boundary from earlier storms near Austin. Some of that rain-cooled air moving close to the Alamo City. It's possible that we see a few more storms develop off of that, but again, coverage is expected to be pretty low here in San Antonio. Still some non-severe but noisy storms working their way in from the north across DeWitt County near Cuero as well as Yorktown. Storms non-severe, but still packing a punch. Some half-inch hail and some wind gusts upwards of 50 miles per hour possible with these cells near Brackettville as well as Del Rio. And I'd venture to say more of the same possible in these thunderstorms just to the northeast of Rock Springs. So again, that 30% potential will continue through about 8 to 9 p.m. And then after the sun goes down, we lose that daytime heat. The remaining activity on authority radar does look to die down as a result. The catalyst behind what we've seen today, a stalled boundary over central Texas. That's going to lift on out of here over the next couple of days. High pressure right now off to our northwest is going to start to work its way closer to the state of Texas. And with high pressure systems, we see sinking air, which allows those temperatures to warm back up and unfortunately suppresses rain chances going forward as well. So the heat is going to be the main story into the upcoming work week. Here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast for your Monday. Stepping out the door for the morning drive, 77 degrees at 7 a.m. with plenty of sunshine, 91 for any lunchtime plans at noon, and then a high temperature topping off near 98 in town. Factoring in the humidity, feels like temperatures upwards of 102 to 103 degrees will certainly be a possibility. So it is going to be a toasty start here tomorrow afternoon, upper 90s, and yes, a few triple digits certainly possible, especially along and south of the Highway 90 corridor and west of I-35 tomorrow afternoon. Keep the water bottle handy and also the sunscreen this week. UV index is likely going to be pretty elevated as well. With that high pressure system in control, take a look at your daily high temperatures climbing to the century mark, pretty much there each and every afternoon. A few degrees above the average high for this time of year of 97. So yes, we deal with the heat a lot into early August, but also we need to keep an eye on the tropics. Here's the latest on Tropical Storm Debbie. This is as of the 4 p.m. update from the National Hurricane Center, already sparking widespread rain across Florida. This is not going to impact Texas, but it is expected to make landfall in Florida near Tallahassee tomorrow, potentially as a Category 1 hurricane. So we'll be keeping you posted on that over the next 48 hours if you have any friends or family out that way. Until then, Courtney, this evening, watching for a few more isolated storms, and it's all about the heat this week.
Toasty. Thank you, Mia. All right, we are dedicating the rest of our show tonight to our newest series, Your Voice South Texas. We're going to different towns around our region, talking to voters about issues that matter most to you and the communities you live in. Our first stop, Uvalde.
This is our inaugural episode of Your Voice South Texas, and we're so excited because our first episode is going to take us to Uvalde, Texas. That city has been in the news quite a bit for the last 2 years, but there's so much more to Uvalde than what happened, than the massacre that happened almost 2 years ago. We've been in this area a lot. KSAT has. We've made a commitment to the people of Uvalde that they are our people, and we do want to hear from them. And this is an area that has been very politically charged since that shooting, and we've heard from people of both sides of the aisle. People have different opinions on school security, on guns, and how that policy should change before this election. And that's exactly why we're going to Uvalde. Now, when you do a Google search of Uvalde, you see that it's 90 miles west of San Antonio. When you drive through, when you go from San Antonio and you go west into Uvalde, you see that there are a lot of rural areas. We pass through Castroville, we pass through Hondo, and then eventually you get into Uvalde. The Uvalde County tends to lean conservative, moderately conservative. In Uvalde County, 59% of people who registered to cast their ballots in the 2020 election. In Uvalde County itself, 39% of people there voted Democrat and 59% of the people there voted for the Republican Party. So that just proves that it does tend to lean more conservative. And when it came to the presidential election in Uvalde County itself, 59% again voted for Republican Donald Trump in the last election, and Uvalde County has voted a Republican in every presidential election since the year 2000. But people are more than just their parties and who they vote for. And that's why we're going into Uvalde, to speak with people of different political persuasions and hear what's motivating them to vote in this next election. In Uvalde, it's important to get to exactly where the people are. So we're coming here to the Townhouse Restaurant, which is on East Main Street, right in the middle of everything here in Uvalde. This restaurant has been around for 40 years, serving the people of Uvalde. And this is where a lot of people come together, especially during lunchtime, to gather. So I want you to come in with me so that we can meet some Uvaldians. Almost 60s. Okay, so you're not a Uvaldian. Where are you originally from?
We are from Houston.
You're from Houston. You're from south of Houston. Okay, so you were telling me that you take care, you help with your 4 grandbabies.
I help with my grandchildren. Yes, I did. They're all grown now, just about, and other than my little one. And I've just been a housewife. And I've been very fortunate to get to stay home and help with my kids and help my grandchildren.
You can remove the word "just" from there. That's a big job. That's a big job, taking care of a family and taking care of kids.
I enjoyed it.
So what are some of the things that are concerning you?
My most concern is the border.
Okay, what about it specifically?
I live in an area where I have them coming up my lane and in my yard.
Has that happened before?
Yes, it has, several times. And I have a lady that I know that can't even go back to her ranch because they're actually stopping her from leaving her place. They get in front of your car to the point to where you can't leave because there's so many. It's very dangerous. People, I've talked with people about the border, and some of them don't even believe that it's happening. You know, we tell them, if you don't believe it, come here and see what's going on. You know, we're not against people to come over. We welcome those that want to come, but let's do it legally and not jump off a train and come in. You know, it's very scary.
I work with some contractors that come from northern states. They don't understand that this is a real issue. They're like, really, what's going on? What do you think is going on? Well, this can't be real. This amount of people can't be crossing the border. I said, there are 10,000 people at the border right now as we speak, right down the road in Del Rio. that are coming across. This was a few months back, and they can't believe it. It's like I said, well, it's real. I mean, we live several miles out in the country from Uvalde, and we've had migrants come through our home. We have helicopters flying around our home at all hours of the night and day. We've had the road closed down several times, our Border Patrol and Highway Patrol, because of issues that they've had with migrants, and it's a real deal. I mean,
What do you want to see happen?
I want to see him finish the wall. I want to see Trump come in and do what he intended to do and not be hindered by all the politics. I want to see, I mean, I don't care if Republicans and Democrats get along. I want people to get along. I want people to look at the right and the wrong and do what's right.
Who are you voting for in this election? Have you already made up your mind?
Oh, absolutely. I will definitely vote for Donald Trump. He's the only logical choice, as far as I can tell.
I don't feel that Biden's a perfect guy, but I don't feel Trump is either. So it's had nothing to do that, oh, the Democrats are right, the Republicans are wrong. I see a lot of things that Republicans do that in my opinion, are correct. And I also see that in the Democratic side, but they also have their faults too.
Okay.
My main concern, because I've been in the school board, I've been in the city councils for years and years. I've worked the politics. I understand the politics from my area. Truthfully, my main concern, I am afraid of Trump in this manner. Only, not for no other reason. I truly believe in all the experience that I have and I'm a 73-year-old guy, so I've been around for a while. I see him wanting to be on the button. He wants to take over a nation. Supreme Court, but the only problem is there for the Republicans also is that if they open up a door that it's all going to apply if a Democrat's on there too, but they're going to be able to do whatever in the hell they want and nobody can touch them. That's dangerous for anybody, not just Trump, for anybody. That's my concern. I want to make sure that America is a democracy that I grew up in, that I love, and I want it to continue for my grandson, my other grandson, my nephew, my nieces. I'm worried for them. Me? I don't have too much more.
So tell us who you're voting for in November.
I'm going to vote for Biden.
You're voting
only for that reason. Not because I think he's the greatest. No. He also has failed me.
And how old are you?
18.
You're 18. All right. So tell us what's motivating you right before the election. Are you going to vote?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know who you're going to vote for?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And who's that?
Donald Trump. It just goes down to how it was when he was president. I mean, we had one of our best economies and cheapest gas prices. Groceries were cheap. Everything was cheap. The border was secure. I mean, everything was just better. It was definitely harder than it was when Trump was president because everything was more expensive. It was just didn't have a lot of money laying around just or whatever. You had to spend money on groceries and gas, fuel, getting everywhere around. So
what would make you feel comfortable, moving forward, where you could say, okay, this presidency, whoever is in there, is successful? What do you have to feel good?
I mean, really, I just want Trump back. I mean, that makes me feel good. I know what kind of man he really is. I mean, everybody has their opinions on him. Everybody has their opinions on Biden. I mean, sure, he's done some good stuff, but definitely nowhere near as good as Trump has. I mean, Trump's done bad things too, but you got to weigh your options here. It's just Trump all the way.
I'm probably going to vote for Donald Trump, and it's not just because he's going against Biden or whoever he's going against, but if you think America as an economy, it's really a business, and Donald Trump can run a business well, so he can run an economy well. securing the border wise. If the border's not secure, more illegals come in and then they'll take jobs, so that takes jobs away from our economy, and that makes people have to work for less, because illegal people, they ain't got to work for as much money because they just wire it back home, so they ain't trying to keep up with our economy, they're just keeping up with the economy back home for their families. So for securing the border is more on Trump's basis, and also gas and oil, like everything feeds down to gas and oil, even electric cars and vehicles. Factories use gas, fuel, diesel, fossil fuels, so just that in general. And also, like gas prices, I lose probably half my money, so I haul deer all the time. So right now I spent probably $300 or $400 a day, and 2 years ago it would have been $150, $200.
That's a big difference.
That's a big difference when I do maybe 10 grand in fuel every 2 months. You know, that could be 5 or 6 grand instead of 10. You know, so that's a big deal.
That's definitely cutting into your profits. And how? So tell me about your business.
Yeah, so I can trap deer, buy, sell deer, trap them, haul them for people. So if a ranch has, so a lot of game ranches, so if they have a bunch of axes herding, they say, well, we need to get rid of half of them, I'll set this deer trap, drop it, then go sell it to another game ranch and haul them out. So, I mean, I've drove 1,000 miles in a day, you know what I mean? And so it's about $100 for every 300 miles I drive, when it used to be 60-ish bucks.
My light bill has been higher than ever in my life. That's one thing I've noticed. The gas prices, they go down for a little bit, but then go back up.
But do you think that you're going to vote?
No.
You don't think you're going to vote? Why?
Because it's just a hard choice. It's something, I don't know, it's just confusing to me, the way things have been going on. Just the choices and I don't know what side to vote for.
People trying to mess around in the United States of America, and you know, they want to shut down America.
That's what you're worried about.
And I don't believe they're going to be able to, just like what I was saying right there, you know, because I'm an old man, let's face it, but you better watch out. You go to messing with my family and you'll see the old bear come out.
When November comes, do you know who you're going to vote for?
Absolutely.
And who is that person?
That'll be Trump.
All I care about is the democracy, and if Trump is a better man, then I hope he does get elected. You see what I'm saying? If he's going to be the better for democracy. And if not, then I don't want him. Same thing with Biden. All I'm protecting in my book is democracy. That's my argument.
That's your line.
That's my life. I love the USA to death.
Do you think you listen to other people too who disagree with you?
Sure.
And are you willing to say, okay, you have a point there. I don't agree with you, but
I have to. If I don't, I've put myself in a box and I've closed off, and I know better than anyone else. I have to listen to them because I'm certainly not a knower of all. I have to be open-minded enough to listen to other people's truths as well, because what I believe is not always perfect. I have to listen.
that was a great chat. We spoke with all of these people who have so many different opinions on things like the economy to border security, democracy. Also, a lot of them spoke about jobs, fuel prices. These are pocketbook issues that keep coming up before this election. Of course, people are saying that they have been hit hard by inflation these last few years, and they're very, very concerned about it. The one thing that gave me hope in this is that everybody had their opinions, and they flat out told me who they were going to vote for. Nobody really played coy about that, but everybody wants to speak, and they all believe that discourse is important. And that's always a good sign, because what that tells me is that people are willing to talk. They want to listen to people who have different opinions, and that respect that is so vital in a democracy, that's there. And we're seeing that in Uvalde. So to all of the Uvaldians that we spoke with, thank you so much for sharing your stories with us. And to all of Uvalde, thank you for having us. And now, me and Kenny are going to hit the road, and we're off to find our next town for Your Voice, South Texas.